welcome everyone to another Throwback Thursday, where we discuss books on the occult. Normally, some more obscure titles, but this time around, I decided to talk about Michael Ford and his books. I have kind of a small collection here. I'm not a big fan of Michael Ford. I know that's weird considering I have so many. Hi, Jerry. Jerry is in the house. So, my biggest complaint is this guy really is, in my opinion, not really a Luciferian. He's more like an Anton LaVey wannabe. This is like his version of Church of Satan rhetoric, in a way. I mean, to be fair, not a lot of people practice Gnostic Luciferianism, which is what I am. So, I mean, I've already done videos about recommended reading. If you're a Luciferian, and I, of course, did not include a Michael Ford, and there's a reason for that. Really, this is just another guy that claims to have invented Luciferianism. And he did not. There's historical records dating back to the Middle Ages. So, I just wanted to get that out of the way before I really get into this. I mean, there's been a lot of controversies going on. I know he just revamped his organization. He doesn't call it the Greater Church of Lucifer anymore. He calls it something else now. And I think he attempted to restart it or something. It closed. There was a lot of shady problems. I know one of the members, well, this is what I've heard. I don't know for sure. And I don't know which one it is. It could have been Jacob, who has since converted to Christianity. He's a born-again Christian now, but he was a member of the Greater Church of Lucifer. So, basically, there was a member that was money laundering, and there was all kinds of stuff going on, not to mention Christian protest, because it's in Texas, and what kind of a moron would set up a church like this in Texas and expect not to get protested? I don't know. Basically, it closed down. It was severely damaged, I guess, due to vandalism. But also, yeah, there was a lot of problems with membership, too. And, yeah. But the first thing I want to get into is, while we're on the topic of the Greater Church of Lucifer, I thought this book had some good points in it. Like it goes into the difference between the right-hand path and the left-hand path, and but this is, I guess this is kind of his Bible for that organization. But at times it comes off as kind of an edgy, an edgelord teenager sometimes, especially with his early work. Jerry, I need you to move. I need you to move. Thank you. Yeah. One of his, This has got to be like the very first book that I got by him. Let's see, 2005. And, you know, there's some edgy stuff, you know, crucifying the toad and, you know, turning it into a skin pouch or whatever. Because it's a Hecate ritual, you know. Anyone who's a fan of Mark Allen Smith knows that he's gone into that too. But it's not a bad book. I mean, the biggest problem for me, honestly, are the illustrations and how fucking bad they are. I mean, they were done by his wife, and the good news is, I mean, he got a better illustrator. He got better ones in general, but it just seems to me that some of these illustrations are, you know, straight out of a angsty teenager's notebook. And that's really like the biggest problem that I had with this, is how distracting it can be. You know, figures that are not in proportion, and I don't know, just kind of sketchy, like drawings. You know. But it's a combination, it's kind of a compilation of several of his things, in a way. So you get a little bit of the Goetia or Goetia. You get some set type of stuff here, workings with set, and of course this Persian thing. I don't know why he's so obsessed with a harem. He works a lot with a harem. The problem that I have with working with a harem is he's very he's like Yaldabaoth. He's Lord of the World. And the Gnostic Luciferian doesn't want to work with Yaldabaoth. That's the thing. We're not looking to work with Yaldabaoth. So I never could quite understand the whole harem thing. I skipped his, what was it, the Druga book or something? Because it had Yaldabaoth on the cover, and I just thought, oh, this is total Demerge nonsense. You know. This is Magic of the Adversary. Not crazy about the college editions, too. They can be kind of hard to hold in your hand. Since then, this has been reprinted in better editions, but this is like the early edition. And this is what you call a college edition. It's kind of like a coffee table size book. It can be a little bit of a challenge, you know, when it comes to walking around with it, or, you know, holding it with ease. So that's kind of a major complaint that I have. It's pretty cool how he utilizes the clip off in this. But yeah, once again, I mean, that looks like Yaldabaoth to me. That's pretty much what that is. And he makes no secret that he synchronizes Lucifer of Yaldabaoth, actually. Which is bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre that you would do that. And I practice synchronism too. I mean, my altar's got all these different masks of him. So, I mean, I totally get it. Practice it, fine. But, you know, you can't in good conscience call yourself a Luciferian, in my opinion. I mean, just be a Satanist then. Why not just be a Satanist? I mean, you worship the Demiurge. I mean, you think about the Church of Satan. Okay, according to the Church of Satan, Satan is associated with the flesh. He's associated with the world. I mean, everything about Levianism is directed towards the Demiurge. The very guy, the same guy that Jews worship. You know, I mean, like, this book totally pisses me off. And I'm just, but yeah, see, you got him right here. So he called administrators in his order archons. An archon is it's the same thing that Yaldabaoth is. It's the same thing that the God in the Old Testament is. They're the lords of the world. They're in charge of the world, basically. They're connected with the 7 archangels, and the leader is Yaldabaoth. So the lion-faced serpent god, who is Lucifer. The power of Yaldabaoth is that he is the black flame bearer. Yeah. This is total BS. Again, Satanism, disguised as Luciferianism. So, I mean, after reading that, I was just, like, horrified. You know, imagine, you know, wow, we got a book on Luciferianism here. And I was like, but, I mean, I should be warned probably because it says the Bible of the adversary. So, that's a clue right there. It should be the Bible of Satan, then. But, yeah. This guy is just, he's total BS, really. About a lot of things. I mean, it's an inversion of Gnosticism, basically, is what he's going for with some of this. It's like the Gnostic Mass that the OTO does, the people that practice the Lema, the Aleister Crowley stuff. Aleister Crowley created a black mass out of a Gnostic mass. That's what he did. That's why when you go there, you're worshiping the Demiurge, the lion and the serpent. The lion and the serpent is Yaldabaoth. Really, in reality, you should be calling on Sophia, not Yaldabaoth. But the reason why Baphomet is the lion and the serpent is because it's a black mass, basically. So it's an inversion of a Gnostic mass that he did, that Crowley did. Or I should say Crowley, as he's often, he's actually called in the UK, as in Crowley. So, but, yeah, I don't know what's up with this photo of Michael Ford, on the back here. Pretty edgy. You know, he makes himself look dead here. Again, early, you know, edgelord type of stuff. Not a bad book. You know, focused on the Black Mass, Satanism. This one's definitely more Satanist directed. He's got a exorcism. It's an inversion of the exorcism that's supposed to put the devil on you, I guess. You know, again, pretty cringe, you know, edgelord stuff. Not bad though. Book of the Witch Moon. I don't really know what to say about this, honestly. It's just one of his early books. You know, a little bit of witchcraft, some vampire stuff, you know. Finish it off with some crazy werewolf stuff, just for the fun of it. Oh, and let's put Hecate in there too. So it's almost like a left-hand path Wiccan book. It's a book that really is scattered. It doesn't have a good direction. Again, you got the creator here that emerged. So, you know, let's. I mean, this is like a mishmash of Wicca and vampirism and you know, traditional witchcraft and let's put a little Satanism in there and yeah, werewolf stuff. Yeah, we're good. Definitely not my favorite one. I'm actually thinking about selling some of these, to tell you the truth. If I were to sell them, I would list them on eBay, probably. Of course, I did like this one. The reason why was because it got rid of a lot of the Jewish, Christian stuff in it. Like the threatening the spirits thing. Illustrations are pretty good. You know, did a pretty good job with this. I did talk about this a little bit with my Goetia video. So, yeah, we already discussed this a little bit, but yeah. And then this is the newest one that I have, or you know what? I think I'm missing one, actually. Yeah, I am. I'm missing one. Okay. So this came out before this one. This is like his version of Testament of Solomon. This is supposed to command the spirits that supposedly built the Temple of Solomon, basically. I admit I haven't really read this one yet. Same thing with this one. So this is kind of his really weird. I don't know why the pages are like that. Okay. Well, might have happened to my move. Oh, this is him taking Pagan tradition, I guess, and adding it with the Watchers, magic with the Watchers. Yeah, this is just kind of a weird book to me. Oh, I am missing another one. I apologize for that. Yeah. Okay. I am 100% sure I have every single one here now. Cosmo. Hey, everybody can see your big ass. Okay. Seriously. I see what he did here. So he took concepts from this and put it in here. Now, I did like this one. This is like a Hellenized, it's pretty good if you're into the Greek deities, especially like Dionysus and, Ares and all that. This one was pretty good. I liked it. I have to say, I did like this one a lot. This one was probably one of his better ones, in my honest opinion. I don't understand why he would call it chthonic paganism and the left-hand I mean, they're not really all dark deities. They're not deities of the underworld, a lot of them. So that was kind of a bizarre title, but it's a pretty good book, I have to say. I did actually kind of like this one. But it seems like he took concepts of that and kind of added it with, Azazel. Yeah. They got... So some of the art in here isn't bad. Symbols. But yeah, then you have this old world witchcraft thing going on that he puts in here too. Again, it's kind of like the witch moon. I think it suffers from kind of a identity crisis. It's almost like he doesn't know what he wants that book to be. Kind of a mishmash of all kinds of stuff. Scales of the Black Serpent. It's just a little book that he did, focusing more on the Chthonic end of things. His version of the Grand Grimoire. This one was pretty good. Again, it's missing a lot of the Jewish stuff, so pretty good if you just want to dive right into this kind of stuff. Nestor Avalos, of course, is one of my favorite artists. So when I saw that he illustrated this, I was like, oh, okay, I should probably get this. But it's based on the Red Dragon book, basically. And I do actually have a really good version of the Red Dragon. Highly collectible version. It's really beautiful. But this is better. It's more practical, you know. So if you want to explore, this is a good one. And then two of these books are pretty similar. Babylonian stuff, Mesopotamian magic. So goes into Tiamat, goes into all the, stuff that was going on in the regions at the time. Again, we got some Nestor Avalos, which is awesome. Kind of similar over here too. A lot of times what I've noticed with him is he'll actually repackage books, and he'll just come out with different editions of basically the same thing. Just re-release it. Put in a new title. This is my favorite one by him. I mean, if there's any one, honestly, any of these books that I really like the most, it's got to be this one. And the reason being is, of course, unfortunately, the cat's clawed it up pretty bad. I mean, I work with Kamash, Lucifer Kamash, and this is one of the few books that basically says they're one and the same, because they are. This is just a more warlike version of Lucifer, but so the illustrations are just fabulous in this. But these are all deities that I work with, because I work with heavily with the Canaanite gods. Basically, I mean, these are the same gods that later, as this book goes into, became the demons in Christianity. They were Christianized into lesser beings. So he goes into basically from Old Testament to New Testament, and that's Chemosh, basically, as Lucifer. You got Baal as Beelzebub there. So he did a pretty good job with this one. And it's much more mature than his earlier stuff. It's definitely... I mean, I recommend this one, honestly, out of all of them. Got examples of, like, his own horned altar. So... got set here. Fighting Yam with one. Or Paphos, as he's often called, King of Serpent. So, yep. I actually have... This actually has Canaanite writing on it. So this is something that I got from his store. It's no longer available. They don't make it anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, this is my favorite Mask of Lucifer, so I was really happy to get this, because I work a lot with Kamash, and yeah. When I work with Kamash, I get a lot of fast results, too. I remember, before I had these guys, I had a cat named Remy that had heart problems. And the vet, I had to take Remy to the vet, and he had to go into the oxygen tank because he had heart failure. And I got a phone call from the vet, and the vet said, you might want to think about putting your cat down. And I said, I really don't think that I'm ready to make that decision. I went out in the yard, and I had the statue with me. This is my Kamash statue. It's connected to Moloch also, but Moloch's just another mask of Kamash, basically. And I said to Kamash while I was out there, I said, please do not make me, I mean, I was crying, I was in tears. I said, please do not force me, make me have to make this decision to put Remy down. And as I was walking back into the house, the phone rang, and I picked it up. The vet said, well, maybe we don't have to put him down yet. We can actually adjust his medication. So I'm telling you, you know, when you work with like Lucifer's Kamash, things really start happening. It's pretty fast. So, but anyway, that's just a personal testimony of my workings with that particular mask of Lucifer. And then this is another great one that I really like. The reason why I like it is it's connected to Charles Pace, a Luciferian. He wrote a book that will probably never see the light of day, honestly, in print. So yeah, they're set battling a pit for Apophis. The Serpent of Chaos, basically. I mean, what an amazing drawing here. So Charles Pace was a British Luciferian, and he wrote a book. He actually wrote 2 books that are in Britain. They're in, I believe, the archives or something. One of the witchcraft archives or something. Library. And he actually went out there to the UK and looked through pages of the book. And copied a lot of it down and decided to basically bring it into light with kind of some of his own writing thrown in as well. So, this is the closest thing you're going to get to that Charles Pace book, basically. And the creepy thing about Charles Pace is nobody knows what happened to him. I think he was murdered. Nobody knows where he's buried. He did have a lot of enemies. But this is his personal sigil. So he actually did have that sigil. So Charles Pace was clear on the fact that he detested Kabbalah and its corruption of Western occultism. Cursed be the name of Tetragrammaton, Jehovah, Elohim, Adonai, or whatever they call their God. Expertise in ancient Egyptian ritual did not include Kabbalah or associations. So, he's also believed to be the guy that coined Wicca, basically, because he was joking with Gerald Gardner. You should just call it Wicca, because he thought that it sounded too much like Christian witches, basically. So he was making fun of it. But Gerald Gardner took it seriously and decided to call it Wicca. So, but he's like, I was joking, and I don't think he understood that. So anyway, he's quite a fascinating character. I think every Luciferian should actually have this one. Both of these ones are really good. And then I didn't touch on this really. This is kind of like it's kind of like this one in a way. It's got a lot of the Watcher Nephilim thing in it. I thought it was pretty good. It's one of the earlier ones that I did like. So as a whole, Michael Ford books are a mixed bag. Some are really good. Some are not so good. I mean, he created his own system of Luciferianism. Really, I think he's just kind of a Church of Satan knockoff, in my personal opinion. He doesn't believe in a literal Lucifer. He's like Anton LaVey, basically. He created a atheistic Luciferian church, and just, like LaVey, he claims to have invented Luciferianism, just like LaVey claims to have invented Satanism. Even though there's historical evidence that both systems were around, both religions were around before these two men. But, I'm going to leave it up to my audience to decide, if they like Michael Ford or not. What do you guys think? I'd like to see some of your comments. And, just let me know, like, what book do you like? Do you not like Michael Ford? What is your opinion on this guy? Do you think he's full of shit? Do you think his system works? I mean, I know it's kind of irritating when I go online and somebody says, oh, I'm a Luciferian, and then immediately they start going into Michael Ford and his system, and I'm just like, oh, I'm done. I usually just turn off the video at that point. you know. But anyway, just let me know in the comments how you feel about this guy. And Jerry Cosmo. Anyway, as usual, hit like and subscribe. Thank you.